Mirror Realms, Episode 5. The video footage of a girl disappearing into a mirror. The internet is full of mysteries. Lost tapes, eerie live streams, unexplained videos that vanish without a trace. I've always been fascinated by them, scrolling through obscure forums, digging into the digital shadows for something that felt real. One night, I found one. A video with no title. No description. No comments. Just a timestamp, 3:33 a.m. And the image of a girl sitting in front of a mirror. The lost video. It was grainy, the kind of footage that looks too old to exist in the modern age. A dimly lit bedroom, a girl in her early 20s sitting cross-legged on the floor. She was staring into a mirror, one of those old-fashioned vanity mirrors with a wooden frame, slightly cracked in one corner. She wasn't moving. Just staring. A full minute passed. Then two. At first, I thought it was some kind of performance art or a failed horror arg. But then I noticed something strange. The time on the bottom right of the screen, the digital clock beside her bed, was frozen. 3:33 a.m. But in the reflection, the numbers were changing. The glitch that shouldn't exist. I paused the video. Rewound it. Played it frame by frame. The girl remained still, unmoving, but the clock inside the mirror continued counting, its red LED numbers flickering forward. I felt a cold sweat forming on the back of my neck. This wasn't an editing trick. There was no visible cut, no distortion beyond the graininess of the footage. The only thing moving in that room was inside the mirror. And then, she blinked. Not the real girl. Her reflection. The warning message. I yanked my headphones off, heart hammering. The rational part of me wanted to close the tab, to pretend I never saw it. But another part, the part that had spent years digging through the darkest corners of the internet, needed to know. I scrolled down to see if anyone else had found the video. No comments. I tried copying the link to send it to a friend, but an error popped up, page not found. The video was still playing, the girl still frozen in front of the mirror. But then, something changed. A single line of text appeared at the bottom of the screen, glitching in and out of visibility. Do not watch until the end. The vanishing. At this point, every instinct was screaming at me to shut it off. But I didn't. I couldn't. The girl's reflection began to move on its own. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, she tilted her head to one side. Then the other. Her lips parted, whispering something soundless. I turned up the volume, straining to hear. Nothing. And then the real girl finally moved. She looked at the camera. Not the mirror. Me. And then she reached out, and pressed her hand against the glass. It should have stopped there. The mirror should have resisted, should have been solid like any other surface. But instead, her fingers sank into the reflection like it was liquid. Like the glass had turned to water. Her eyes widened, panic flashing across her face as she tried to pull back, but something grabbed her from the other side. A hand, pale and thin, shot out of the mirror and latched onto her wrist. She opened her mouth to scream, but no sound came. The image flickered violently as she was yanked into the glass. Then the video cut to black. The aftermath. I sat there, my breath ragged, staring at the empty screen. It was over. I refreshed the page. 404 error, page not found. The video was gone. There was no trace of it in my browser history, no cached version, no way to prove that I had just watched a girl vanish into a mirror. But later that night, as I lay in bed, my laptop still open beside me, I noticed something chilling. The screen was off. The room was dark. But in the black reflection of my laptop screen, I could see my own face staring back. And behind me a pair of hands pressing against the glass.